In warfare, versatility is critical to gain the upper hand. So when a capable fighter like the F-35 comes to light, all military services strive to test it to the limit. Footage of the U.S. Marine Corps conducting trials at sea to demonstrate the aircraft's VSTOL capabilities shows precisely how the machines are pushed to the extreme in an effort to compete with the Navy's CATOBAR system. Indeed, each method has inherent benefits and shortcomings. But in the never-ending arms race, it is yet to be seen which will pave the way for the future of warfare. ABC. The multi-role F-35 fighter has several variants, starting with the conventional takeoff and landing F-35A. And as a versatile machine that serves across several U.S. military branches, the aircraft is more often than not tested to its limits. Similar in size to the basic version, the B variant is capable of short takeoff and vertical landing, and as such is not equipped with a landing hook. Instead, its STOL hook control can switch between regular and vertical flight, and the aircraft can execute vertical and/or short takeoff and landing, or VSTOL. In turn, the C variant is specialized in catapult-assisted takeoff but arrested recovery operations, or CATOBAR, conducted onboard aircraft carriers. The F-35C differs from the other variants in that it features a larger wingspan, though the wing tips are foldable. Even so, the larger control surfaces allow for improved low-speed control and decreased landing speed, while also increasing range and payload. Likewise, the third variant is equipped with sturdier landing gear that can withstand the stresses of carrier-arrested landings, including a twin-wheel nose gear and a reinforced tailhook for use with carrier arrestor cables. Indeed, the CATOBAR system offers greater flexibility regarding carrier operations, and while it is costlier than alternative methods such as STOVL, the catapult-assisted system notably diminishes the demand for troublesome design elements and enables a larger payload. As such, even VSTOL cable fixed-wing aircraft sometimes use a ramp to ski jump and reduce the amount of thrust required to lift an aircraft from the ground, especially a fully loaded one. Combat effectiveness. In 2020, the U.S. Marine Corps and the Royal Navy collaborated to test the F-35B's abilities. Footage from the joint exercise shows the exhaustive process aimed at determining how well the fighter could operate from an actual flight deck using a ski jump ramp. The variant had successfully passed simulated tests 5 years earlier and underwent the final development test 3 on USS America, where it would have to operate in high sea states without the aid of a ramp. As an amphibious assault ship, America lacks many essential flight deck gadgets found in an actual carrier, and thus the F-35B's vertical and short takeoff capabilities were thoroughly tested. For the versatile Marines, it was crucial to prove the combat effectiveness of the fighter. In contrast, the U.S. Navy embraced the F-35C version, which has been operating from carriers since 2019. High-speed operations demand proper equipment, like the CATOBAR system, for safe and efficient deployment and recovery. It is imperative that the aircraft reach the needed speed to lift off in a few seconds, given that waterborne runways are notably shorter than those on land. For such purposes, the U.S. Navy has leaned on catapults to prompt its aircraft into the skies as far back as World War II. As the footage shows, the vehicle is positioned before the catapult and is attached to a shuttle. Then, to protect the crew and the equipment, a blast shield is raised. When the catapult is launched, the engine releases pressurized steam, shooting the shuttle at high speed, which in turn tows the aircraft toward the end of the runway. Using the CATOBAR system, the F-35C can reach a speed of 165 miles per hour, and for recovery, a series of arrestor wires are stretched out across the runway at the stern, waiting to engage an incoming fighter. forward. The footage also shows the exact moment the pilot catches one of the wires with the tailhook at the aircraft's rear. A precise nose-up angle is required to hook the aircraft with the arresting system. Afterward, the structure absorbs the fighter's kinetic energy and transfers it to a hydraulic system underneath, bringing the aircraft to a full stop. Not for nothing, the CATOBAR system is preferred by the US Navy. Its primary advantage is the amount of power and control it provides. However, the Marine Corps is a versatile force with unique requirements to go with its unique capabilities. Although VSTOL aircraft usually use a runway if available, the method does allow fixed-wing aircraft to reach otherwise inaccessible corners of a battlefield. Notably, VSTOL was developed to enable fast-flying jets to operate from clearings in forests. They can also deploy and land in tiny carriers, previously available only to rotary aircraft. Hence, aircraft with VSTOL capabilities bring the fight closer to the enemy and allow a more strategic basing due to reduced response time, not to mention tanker support. The Marine Corps first deployed the F-35B in combat in September of 2018 from the amphibious assault ship USS Essex in a strike against Taliban forces in Afghanistan. But beyond amphibious assault ships, the Marines plan to disperse the fighters in so-called distributed STOL operations, or DSO, so the F-35Bs can operate from temporary bases in Allied territories. By allocating aircraft to austere forward-deployed bases, though concealed for survivability purposes, fighters can remain close to the battle space within hostile mission engagement zones. The fleets can then displace inside the enemy's targeting cycle, enabling a rapid response. Such operations play a key role in the Expeditionary Advanced Base Operations, or EABO, concept. Tiebreaker. In the summer of 2021, the United States Marine Corps announced that its first squadron equipped with F-35s was ready for service, before both the Air Force and the Navy. It was the Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314 of Miramar, California, that achieved full operational capability with its F-35C jets. Notably, as experts ponder, the advantage could be due to the fact that the Marine Corps purchased fewer examples of the variant than the other services, which might have accelerated the breakthrough. Unsurprisingly, the Marines plan to buy 67 F-35Cs in 2019, but they still favored the F-35Bs and planned to buy at least 353 of them. An anonymous congressional staffer remarked, quote, "It speaks to the more limited roles the Marines expect to use the plane for. They now have enough experience with the jet to understand what it can and can't do and how they have to operate it." Meanwhile, the Navy is more interested in an intriguing new system for launching its aircraft, the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS. Currently, the Sea Service is looking into the concept and has installed the first one on the USS Gerald R. Ford carrier. Videos from the trials carried out on the flight deck showed the simulated weight dummies being catapulted off the board with the innovative linear induction motor. So far, the machine has proven to accelerate the aircraft more smoothly than its steam-driven counterpart. Moreover, it is lighter and expected to be more affordable while requiring lower maintenance. Plus, it could possibly launch both lighter and heavier aircraft than the older piston system, while reducing the carrier's freshwater requirement. Even so, the Navy stated in the summer of 2022 that EMALS is not expected to reach reliability goals until sometime in the 2030s. Thank you for watching our video. Don't hesitate to subscribe to Dark Footage for many more fascinating moments caught on camera. And check out the rest of our Dark Documentaries channels to find more stories about military developments and history. Also, make sure to hit the bell icon to be notified about our newest content. And stay tuned.